Hello, Trash Future fans. Just a quick note before this bonus preview. We have new t-shirts. They were designed in collaboration with Matt Lubchansky. We are very proud of them, and we hope that you enjoy them. They are available. If you look in the show notes, I link to both the tweet where you can see what they look like, as well as the instructions on how to purchase one if you are so inclined. And if you want to hear the full version of this episode, just look for the link for the Patreon. Thanks. Hope you enjoy.
But with someone like Roman Polanski, where it's like, he isn't allowed in the US, and he has actively been avoiding the US for about 50 years. Yeah. Why anyone is still actively making the decision to be in his films, I find utterly insane. Surely you know what you're letting yourself in for. Even as far back as, say, Adrian Brody being in The Pianist.
I mean, have they even seen a Roman Polanski film?
The gig I did for you a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Upstairs in the bar.
Produced by Roman Polanski.
Sat at one of the tables was Adrian Brody.
Really?
What you going to say it was Roman Polanski?
I mean, and it was weird. I've seen it was really short. I haven't seen Adrian Brody in anything for years, but it was one of the first occasions in my life where I stopped at the bar and I just stared.
Grand Budapest?
Just completely stared. That was probably the most recent thing, and I forgot he was even in there.
Yeah, he's just in there.
But other than that, apart from Darjeeling Limited and most Wes Anderson films, apart from that, it was only really The Pianist that I'd seen him in. But I just was staring because it was like, oh wow, you wore dreadlocks and Saturday Night Live, and they didn't want you back. But even back then, it was like, what on earth was the excuse? If someone had said to any of those actors in Roman Polanski films, why are you in his film considering this?
Well, what do people say? With Roman Polanski, this does not surprise me at all. Do you remember the film inAPPropriate Comedy?
No, I don't think I've heard of it.
So inAPPropriate Comedy was a film that was made by the guy who did the ShamWow commercials before he died.
What?
Vince Offer, the guy who was like, ShamWow. Yeah. He made a movie called
Did you dream this?
He was too fast to die, too fast to live.
Milo, can you pull this up on screen, please?
Yeah, sorry, hang on. Now it's becoming the Joe Rogan experience, as I have have to pull up this shit on screen.
We have an Elon cutout behind us, it really is.
Do you guys know how strong chimps are? That's something we have to address at some point. They're so strong.
inAPPropriate Comedy, and the APP in app is capitalized, was a movie directed by Vince Offer, who I'm pretty sure is not dead.
Right, hang on. So what do you want me to pull up?
Inappropriate. Just search inappropriate comedy.
Likely put something about Mary, the raunchy 1996 Ben Stiller vehicle.
Inappropriate 2013.
Yeah, go to the Wikipedia.
2.8 out of 10.
Michelle Rodriguez. This has got 2005 written all over it.
And so basically,
Rob Schneider.
And so inAPPropriate Comedy is a comedy movie that's an anthology of sketches set on an iPad.
Right.
And the iPad has many apps that give you inappropriate sketches.
Oh, it's like the Emoji Movie, but for adults.
One of the sketches is called Flirty Harry.
There it is on the screen.
And it stars Adrian Brody as a version of Dirty Harry that can't stop making sex puns.
Wow.
So how does he deal with the do you feel fucky punk or something?
Yeah. Do you feel sucky?
Shall we let's be honest. Shall we just watch it? It's probably not very long.
This must have come out the same year as that movie 101 or whatever it's called. It was like Hugh Jackman and Kate Winslet, hundreds of famous and great actors. Halle Berry was in it. Remember Stephen Merchant was in it, and it was just a disaster. Every joke was just balls exist.
So, Milo, can you just go?
Oh no!
Can you just?
Did some of these sketches? Psychology World. A psychologist, Rob Schneider, has a session with a sex-obsessed young woman, Noelle Kenny, who wants to change. She shows him the pills that make her wild. He takes them and passes out on the floor.
Funny.
It's just like you compressed a Rob Schneider movie into 3 minutes.
This isn't even amazing. Like Carry On. This is like those other confessions of really British.
What is
these films where it was just every 5 minutes.
This is like strange outsider art.
But what is it with Americans and not being able to do sketches? They're so good at improv and everything
even old
else.
ones like Kentucky Fried Movie.
Wait,
they're bad at sketches.
Do you want to pull up Flirty Harry on YouTube?
Can we also focus on the fact that one of the sketches is called Black Ass?
And
it's a Jackass
spoof
spoof,
of Jackass.
but just
You
where
know how
everyone's
sincere
black.
Jackass was.
Finally,
Jackass was right for parody, wasn't it?
someone said,
Let's really stick it to the man.
But the entire parody is
arrogant-
just that they're black. There's as far as I can tell from this description, it doesn't differ from Jackass in any other way.
They're just black.
well, probably if it's not Jackass, then I imagine the stunts are not done by the guys. I imagine it's probably, acted. I think everything else is the same.
Oh my God, there's one in the porno review. It features a homosexual parody of Swan Lake known as Sperm Lake. It's
not even a good pun.
Awful.
You have to make Swan Lake more gay? It's not like Swan Lake is the most hetero thing.
And also, the subtitle of the movie
the
is...
Russians would claim that.
Sorry, yeah.
He's not gay at all. He's just a bunch of men in tight clothing dancing with each other.
They're very muscular, like birds.
Yeah, exactly.
The subtitle of the movie is called An Equal Opportunity Offender. So it's like this is what Brendan O'Neill wants comedy to be.
Yeah. Also, but
I'm
like,
trying to think of now porn parodies of any Swan Lake based thing, but surely better than Sperm Lake.
yeah.
I've got for Tchaikovsky a Dance of the Shag Her Bum Fairy.
Nice. Oh, it's Swallow
Wait,
Lake.
hang on.
Yeah.
There's
Easy. It's another bird.
There's another sketch called The Amazing Racist.
Yeah, but that's an old Ari Shaffir bit.
God.
God rest his soul.
No, that's like a classic Ari Shaffir bit, though.
But now hang on.
So they were so stumped for content that they just went, can you do
That thing you do.
out?
Yeah.
In our film?
But now, is that why so many British sketch acts are so popular in America? Because there's like a form of wizardry to them for a sketch to be 3 minutes and end with a punchline. Is that wizardry
Okay,
to them?
let's watch
the credits. Dante as the racist assistant.
Sorry, let's. Theo
As in
Vaughn.
of Virgil
Let's see
fame,
else.
or-
Theo Vaughn's in this.
Possibly, yeah.
Theo Vaughn's in
Theo Vaughn?
this.
Damn. I love that lots of these people
else do I
don't
know?
even have Wikipedia
Lindsay Lohan
pages.
is crucially playing herself.
That's good.
Mhm.
There's
Fantastic.
no other famous comedian. So clearly Ari Shaffir just asked Theo Vaughn if he could. I'm surprised like Tony Hinchcliffe isn't also in this.
Kirsten
There
Hall
aren't-
as beautiful girl.
There aren't many
on the
sketches
production
in this,
here,
are there?
so Lindsay Lohan's scenes, where it says a shot, the alcohol detecting ankle monitor she was ordered to wear after finding trouble at court hearing is clearly visible in the film.
She stands on a street grate.
How does an ankle monitor detect alcohol? Is it like wired into her bloodstream
Yeah,
or
I
something?
think they are, yeah.
Oh my
Or, it
god.
might even,
you know-
or like your sweat, maybe.
It's like Premier League footballers now wear this sort of sports bra-esque item of clothing that basically detects everything like heart rate and stuff like that. So they will be caught out if they have even a single drink, because they'll notice that it will just be effect on
Performance.
heart rate and yeah.
Yeah.
So Glenn's just like Premier League footballs wear them. It's normal. Stop looking at the bra. It's for
Milo.
performance enhancement.
Do you want to tab over to YouTube and let's get up
I'm really
let's get up Flirty Harry.
I can't believe I've never heard of this.
I can't believe you've never heard of this.
This is like Andrew Dice Clay.
I'm using.
all over
I've
again.
got one of Nate's less used search fucking web browsers open, and it uses Bing as the default search
Do you know
engine.
what's nice? When you go on YouTube and you haven't signed in and you see all the recommended videos that are just being recommended if you were just a normal human being.
American takes British GCSE.
Wow. And then like 37 great kitchen hacks, and he's just putting an egg in a can of Pepsi.
But this,
Everything is
you're right.
outsider art now.
But you're right. This is just like the recommendations for a global human.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have to do headphones or can this come through the TV?
It can come through the TV. Hang on.
Let's have a look.
Because I don't think we have 4 headphones.
Oh, we can
hooked in.
subtitle. We've all seen Parasite.
Once you overcome the inch-high barrier of subtitles, Glenn, a whole lot of bad sketches become available to you.
I fucking loved the subtitle debate. It was so dumb. Just like, are people ready to watch movies with subtitles? Like, this has been around for a while.
You aren't? No.
Yeah. If you're asking, then no.
Yeah. Another column from Brendan O'Neill. The chattering classes going silent to read the subtitles.
This is literally this is half of the bawdy 1970s hospital sketch from Mission and Webb, where he's trying to explain to him what innuendo is and isn't, and he's like,
Yes.
you see, if I ask you to grasp my rod, that's innuendo, whereas if I say wank off my cock, that is not. And this is just wank off my cock.
But what I also find irritating about that kind of sketch is that, so he's saying all these not innuendos to some guy, and the guy's reacting with like, like he's going to be sick.
You've seen so many dead kids.
Yeah.
You're a detective.
You work Vice.
But the funniest bit is when
You've seen things no person should see, and someone's going, I unloaded into those assholes, and you're going, please.
So basically, he's just
Frickin' hell.
so he's a Republican.
And then he said frickin'.
Yeah. Cops never swear because that's illegal. They don't.
What a bunch of frickin' cunts these people are. You can't get away with that.
Oh gosh.
I'm just imagining the people who program Adrian Brody behind the scenes being like, yeah, don't worry, we really turned up the funny dial for this sketch. And like, no, we shouldn't have put it next to the racism dial.
So it's the fact that they advertise this.
Sorry, that's the noise I hear every time I have an idea.
That won't make it into the podcast, but I'm very pleased we said it. The fact that this movie says it stars Academy Award winner Adrian Brody.
Oh no, there's certain. I feel like you should only ever be allowed to say that about your film if your film is also being submitted for the awards.
Yeah. Also, they've clearly said to Adrian Brody.
To be fair, they did win some technical awards. But no, of course they did.
I was going to say,
best
cinematography so much, but
like,
isn't Suicide Squad an Academy Award nominated film? Like, if there are no
best
rules.
Makeup.
Honestly, the way that scene with the guy saying I loaded into those assholes is framed. The lighting, it's a beautiful shot.